maybe.
hoping anyway.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully it's fixed your FPS issues.
Yeah.
But you haven't missed a bean right now, as you can hear from the screenshot sound. Thanks for that, Steen. Brilliant. We are still paused in game, so all good. And currently at 3-0 in favour of VeryGames, but it does seem like we've got a pause and possibly a drop as well. I'm just going to pop out a game. I just wanted to see actually if we've got any news on that or not. Let's just have a quick look. No news from Mod, so I'd imagine it's yeah. Okay, so yeah, no issue with FPS. We're not dropping anything. Frames all look good. Yeah, you can't tell if we're lagging or not because actually we're still waiting for the game to get back underway. No, we can't make the commentators come through both speakers instead of one. It's a hardware issue that we weren't able to fix. So unfortunately, you need to put up with it. It's something that has been plaguing us all evening, unfortunately, and yesterday. So thank you for putting up with it. Spamming the chat won't actually make it fix. So, back underway. And, Smith's unfortunately not able to land the AWP shot through bottom of B tunnels. He's on his own right now, so NiP in the driving seat. He's going to try and rotate back now towards B. Didn't have his gun ready, and Forrest will take advantage and shut him down with the AK. So NiP back on the board with their first round from 4.
Yeah, and this could be the danger point for VeryGames now, as normally... this does seem a little bit choppy, to be fair. It might just be GoTV not doing wonders, from my opinion. But anyway, we'll find out. We'll see what goes on. Because we are obviously just coming back out of a pause, which can obviously cause some problems. Anyway, let's see what NiP have lined up this time around. Freiburg to open up onto MBK. Exchange with Existence though, but Gerai pushing through towards Long. He has claimed 2 back-to-back. Lovely play coming out from him, leaving only Scream and Smiths alive. Now we're going to have to see if these two can get themselves around here. Forrest is going to be getting the bomb up towards A. Scream and Smith, the firing squad, trying to knock down the cross. Not going to happen so easily as Forrest and Freiburg will line him up and drop him down. And that is the second round in the bag for NiP. And that's not a bad way to kick things off here for them. Obviously losing that first round, you know, pistols, it happens. You normally lose the 2 off the back. They've worked back every round they should have done.
So, 3-2. And, yeah, all of those telling us to restart the game. It's not the game, guys. It actually isn't. On our screen, it's absolutely fine. So there's nothing wrong with the game. VeryGames right now. A good start. NiP on the comeback trail now. Pushed their British counterparts onto a save. Exist is going to pick up the first kill with a grenade from Long A. Flower and Forrest both chiming in with kills in the mid as well, and that'll be a straightforward Joe round for Ninjas in Pyjamas, and we're tied up at 3-3.
Yeah, Forrest once again performing as per usual, 6-3 already for him. Scream doing the same for VeryGames, but it's a big deciding round for these guys. You can look at the money disparity already building up. The CT side clearly feeling the pressure here. See if this can actually be worked out. And VeryGames need this round quite badly. And that's not going to help out. MBK already down to half HP, and that's Freiburg there doing the damage very early on. Smith's now trying to come around to help him out. Even though Existence is already there, probably expecting the A push now to begin. And 3 players from NiP do make their way down towards Long. Forrest up short, he's opened up onto Shocks there, so A is looking pretty down vulnerable. And that is exactly as to why Get Right cleans house with Existence, Forrest onto Smiths, and now only Scream is alive. It's not looking good. Scream now does manage to fight his way out of one. Doesn't expect Freiburg round the back though, and we will be seeing NiP get themselves into the lead here. Very clean round for them, only losing 1 player, which was Forrest. So very impressive stuff.
So 4 in a row, and seemingly a little bit of a tag for Smith through mid. So after a poor start on pistols, again, I have to say it, Have been poor on pistols again recently. Goes through phases doing NiP. Wow, through the door from GetRight. After the grenade, and there's going to be another kill here through the boxes over the far side. Exist actually gets a double. And I think Exist is going to pick up a third here, as he should do actually. Oh, had to switch over to the Glock and gets nailed by the silence. USB from Smith, and a knife comes in from Forrest on to Smiths. Enjoy that one. 5-3 NiP.
Well, it's certainly not going to be a 16-0, but the way NiP are building right now, obviously they're on the T side, which is kind of expected. They, well, maybe not expected to lose the pistol there, but still, they've built up nicely already, and they've been really going through every kill they need to. So, a little bit of a difference already, though, going down towards B this time. Bomb with Freiberg. Existing for Flaren, keeping eyes on. Only one player here this time. They've forced a massive presence from VeryGames to go towards A. Smiths is dancing in between. Forrest laying down the fire, though. Exist, looking like he wants to start beginning this B push. Nades coming out, there's the counter flashlight. It's a little bit held up, and that's enough for Scream to take him down, leaving only really for Flaren to be challenging here. And Scream comfortably will deal with him. Now bring it back in favour to actually VeryGames until Forrest is now powering his way through those double doors. Scream now needs to come around and watch the push out. He's done just that. That is already 3 for him. Doesn't make it 4. Forrest will deny that one, but Shox has found Forrest, and now it's looking a little bit more comfortable for VeryGames after a hard-fought battle by there. So a very well played round from VeryGames in the head of quite a light presence by B. They won the 1v1s, or they screened it, and took them that round.
So, 5-4, final rot stops for VeryGames as well, having lost those 5 in a row. And auto sniper in the hands of Mr. GetRight once more. Not that unusual to see him using that right now. Nice Arctic camo. Yeah, I hadn't seen that one either. Switch that one across to long and just spam some doors. There's nothing there right now, so that's not going to work out. Ooh, there was a 2-man push into upper B tunnels, and they've picked off one thanks to Exist. Now in a 5v4, and so far exactly the kind of game we were expecting. Very close, very tense, not much between the two teams. It's always been that little something extra from NiP though. VeryGames will have that in the back of their head. Thanks Forrest, it's nicely showing off the black laminate. Comes the smackdown though, they're moving towards the A bomb site. Grenade comes flying down towards them, does do a little bit of damage. It's actually chopped down to 15, Exist finishes off Shox, and we're now at a 4v3. Bomb planted now, Existence trying to move in round the side, is shut down quickly. MBK now, coming from long, picks off one. Can he get a second? He can get a second. And now it's a 2v2, and GetRight's not in position right now. He's going to have to rotate all the way back round to the site. In fact, neither of them are there. One is actually on short. That's going to be downed, and that is going to be a defuse unless GetRight can get. I don't think he can get there. Indeed, the bomb gets defused, and GetRight is also cut down at the end of the round. And that was a disaster for NiP.
Yeah, that felt sloppy for once, and that's a rarity considering how strong NiP normally are in their executions. Maybe feeling a little bit of a little bit tired, maybe after waiting so long. I don't know, but that round, I wouldn't say VeryGames played exceptionally well. They just played a VeryGames kind of round then. They made it work, but it's a little bit of a different show from the NiP side. And now Shox pushing out on short. Freiberg making the push count on long, ignoring where was. He's taking down Existence and making A look a bit more viable now. Smoke coming in. He has received a little bit of damage, but Exist will step up and it doesn't matter. NiP now completely controlling everything towards this A push. And Shox is in a little bit of trouble now. He knows there's a vast amount of players now coming towards him. Forrest will put him out of his misery, leaving only Scream alive. And this is a very well executed round from the NiP boys. And Scream is the Lone Ranger by B, making his way through. He's got one on the way out, but there's got to be no other way back into this. Caught a bit there, down to 4 HP. And I see this round, oh wow, being ripped away from B. Still doing work, even on 4 HP. The Flaren will take him out of there, finally getting it around all the way through. And NiP, they felt a little bit closer there, but a very nice execution towards the bomb site anyway. That was very well played by NiP.
Scream having an absolutely, well, Screamer. 15 for 8. Rest of his team in single figures, less than 6 kills as the highest for MBK. 13 on the scoreboard for Forest right now as well, so having a monster start. And no, that wasn't team damage being done, that was spray control. 6-5 NiP. Oh, triple grenades coming round onto short, and that will be enough to finish off MBK. Forrest has dropped shocks here. Fifth Laren's going to town. He's going to get a double headshot inside B tunnel. Beautiful from Fifth Laren. Existence now last man standing. This will be 7-5. Confirmed by Get Right.
Yeah, indeed. And
quick rounds at the moment as well.
Yeah, they really are. It seems to be the case of either NiP execute perfectly, or VeryGames find a way to stop that, which is Scream normally, or we had a couple of rounds where it might have been Smiths, but most of the time if Scream can get in there, then it slows down a bit, but until then it's how well can NiP execute here, because that push was perfect, I'm sure. They knew the VeryGames only had the pistols, and they played it exactly how they should. But Get Right now pushing straight through the double doors. Great opening kill onto Scream, really offsetting the pace, but will they expect shocks coming back through? With that Famous to hand spraying down, he's got one, got the second, takes down Get Right and Exist, clawing them back with a little bit of advantage at the moment. 4v3. The Smiths and Shocks not on ideal health. And NiP now looking towards that B bomb site. Smiths takes down one, not going to get the second. Shocks has to deal with Freiberg, and he does, leaving only Forrest alive in a 1v3. Doesn't have the bomb, does only have a minute to do this, and has 3 players standing in his way. He's tagged up there through the double doors, going to back off and try and find the better way through. He knew where Shocks was going to be. Nice kill there, open up that B-bomb site. Now MBK, oh, following suit as well. He's got 2. Don't tell me he can get the 3 here. Existence pops in off the flash and does finally take down Forrest, who was about to run a rampage all over VeryGames. These are very, very close rounds, as you said. It's 6-7 right now, but my God, it feels though it should be all tied up.
Well, technically it can't be. Maths, dear maths. But I know what you mean. Really nothing in it between the two of them. I feel like NiP probably feel they should be further ahead than 7-6 though. They have made a bit of a howler of a round, it has to be said, and a couple of other smaller mistakes have all led them to being much closer. Take nothing away from VeryGames though. This time round, some very quick entries into long A, although Shocks will pick up 1. He actually got 2 in that exchange. Get Right, the only man to reply back. Forrest is now nicely placed here on the ledge, going back down towards CT spawn, and that'll be a 2v1. Bomb's about to go down, and Scream is now in a 1v2 to clutch it all. Flash in there to slow him down even more. Blind for a long time then as well. A to push him even further back. Counter flash in from himself. He's now going to pop back round, but Fifth Laren was too quick on the rotate. And NiP pull further ahead, 8-6.
Yeah, indeed, none of those well-executed rounds there, but I feel as though VeryGames have a lot to offer. They still do. They're certainly keeping it close, even though it's mostly Scream stepping up scoreboard-wise. As a collective, they're still doing well, but look at this. Is the auto-sniper line of doom, and they didn't get a single tap. But it looked cool.
Well, it's the last round, so might as well just buy them anyway, because they can afford to buy other weapons. And all of them spamming through mid.
And what you can learn here is that it doesn't matter what weapon you have. If you're as good as Scream, you can make it happen with a pistol. So now Get Right trying to do everything to lock down B and trying to ignore what just happened. Smiths now who's going to be the focus of the guys as they make their way through. Get Right pushing in. Take him down quite easily, and he does. So now Existence, the last man standing. By all accounts, this should be 9-6. It's just a matter of time. Forrest there will claim the last kill and get himself firmly at the top of the scoreboard.
Yeah, good half in the end, when you consider they lost the pistol and then the next 2.
Yep.
They only actually lost 3 other gun rounds, so, you know, not too bad. And NiP have a 9-6 advantage on the first half. Hopefully get underway pretty quickly in the second half.
One can only hope.
Exist Still Series threw away $15,400 worth of supplies that round. What a
Esports
waste.
money. It's rolling in
What
it.
a
Move
waste.
over to Scoots. NiP are here.
Okay, so just want to see whether they're going to come back quickly. I wonder if we can sneak out and just restart the game, just to.
I think we should try it.
Yeah,
Currently it's 9 to 6.
Let's try and do that
NiP,
anyway,
yeah.
and see if it solves your other issues.
I have many issues. None are going to be solved tonight. Don't worry.
No. Let's try that. We might end up missing one of the rounds here, but I'll try and get back in.
We'll do what we can. We are trying to do the best we can here. Bear in mind, it's just us two. There is no production crew. It's just him.
Yeah, see, this is the problem I thought I might get if this happened as well.
I think Task Manager is a good place to go.
Yeah, but it's already shut down. It's already gone.
There we go.
That's what it was waiting for.
Joyous.
Yeah. So, let's see if that has fixied it all, because if it hasn't, I'm going to be blooming annoyed. And then we have the bug on the... That's brilliant, isn't it?
This kitchen sure looks funny. It really does. It's not a great kitchen. We got shelving and a backdrop. That's about it.
Yeah.
No cooking utensils. It makes me very sad.
Indeed.
Can you two please change headset? No, because we like to confuse you.
Yeah.
And actually the wires aren't long enough.
Yeah, it won't reach that way. So, unfortunately, we'll
Yeah.
both speak at the same time, and then you'll have stereo.
I don't want to do that. I don't.
Let's go.
Do we have to really speak at the same time? Are we going to speak at the same time just to make people's
like
people feel a bit
both
better?
sides
Yeah,
of
I
the
know.
headsets,
It
and they'll feel a lot
feels
better,
a bit
won't they? 'Cause
worse, doesn't it? Though?
That works much better for them.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Alright, so we are going to try and jump back into here. We haven't actually missed anything.
Good.
So,
okay.
on that front, it is good. And hopefully,
screenshot.
you guys can chill out now. One can only hope.
I hope so, anyway. Right. So. We're ready. What are they doing?
I don't know.
Chilling. And Exist is back, which is good. He had to drop off and reboot, so that's why he had to do that. So 9-6 at the half to NiP, and we are going to be back underway for map 1 of the grand final of RaidCall EMS 1 Cup number 2 of the full season. A good half from Forrest with 18 kills on the board. Scream with 16 on the board for VeryGames. He actually had 16 after 9 rounds, by the way. Just didn't get anything in the last 6. So, here we go. Back underway. Nothing doing so far in the pistol round on the second half. Get right, taking a lot of damage here. MBK still shooting through the door. That grenade's going to do a tiny bit of damage on Smiths, but nothing he's going to worry about. Oh, we're going to see the rotation now. Bomb actually being passed over to Smiths. He's moving towards top of B tunnels. This looks like it might well be a B rotation indeed. They're going to show. Scream's the first one to show, and he gets down straight away. And Fiflaren deals with Smith. That attack hasn't worked at all well. They've now got to pick up the bomb from that tunnel area as well. And this is easy. It's a duck shoot down there in that tunnel. And VeryGames will go further behind here, having lost a pistol round to the guys that can't win pistols.
Yeah, that's going to be a real kick in the teeth for VeryGames, knowing that they're now moving further away because the next 2 rounds should go to a sign they don't generally lose rounds that, you know, should be given to them. They're very, very clinical in that aspect. One of the strongest teams, I feel, as though they always manage to, you know, out-money game the opponent, and they're always very, very smart at that. So we're going to have to see if VeryGames can dig deep enough here to be able to pull this one off. Forrest could be in trouble. There are 3 players now edging around towards those double doors. He's dealt with the first. That Shock's down. Oh, lovely follow-up shot to Scream. And dear God, the man only has an M4, but still, he makes it look so beautiful against people with mere pistols. Get Right will get the frag there down by long, taking down MBK, leaving Existence and Smith's alive. Existence falling into the hands of Exist. And Smith does the same. So easy follow-up round there for NiP, not losing a single player. Forrest not even feeling the, the pressure through those double doors at all.
Yeah, just check. Wonder to see if they're going to go for this Galil early buy. They are going to go for that. So 4 Galils amongst them. And VeryGames are going to go for the early one. There's also the Orb there as well. For Shocks. Let's see if this catches NiP out. They do have a real mixed bag of weapons for them. There's all sorts. In fact, every single man has a different weapon on his shoulder right now. Shotgun, P90 in there. FAMAS in there, M4. Trying to pick up the opening kill around. He's down to 5 points of health right now, so Forrest is going to rotate back round and will pick up that first kill because Fifth Laren had taken a little bit of damage and had to reload. Get Right point blank range is just going to blow MBK to the weeds with a short range shotgun, and that's perfectly executed in terms of the way that you use it. Shocks will pick up a kill on Forrest, but they're dropping like flies very quickly. They've lost another man here, although it's now a 3v2. Smiths with 1 point of health. Ooh, Shocks in a little bit of trouble there as well. And they're both now trying to push in towards the B bomb site. There is one man round the other side, which is Freiberg. Smith's now into the site and has 1 point of health. Best he can hope for is a bomb plant, and he's not going to get that. Tickled and falls to his death. And Ninjas in Pyjamas now are in the driving seat. 12-6, and that will be a full eco for VeryGames.
Yeah, where is that French resistance I've been waiting to see coming out from these guys? 6-12? There's so much more behind. Wow. Forrest, you absolute monster. Just one-shotted MBK through the double doors to the T-spawn. That was insane. Oh my word. Anyway, let's actually start the round off properly here. Now in a 5v4, so even harder for VeryGames. Exist looks like he's getting a little bit itchy on the trigger finger, and you can see why. He takes the head off of Smith's in Existence. Shocks finds the comeback there, but Get Right puts him down. And there we have it. Final frag will fall to Get Right, taking out Scream and taking NiP even further into the lead.
Do you know, it's funny, isn't it? I mean, commentating on his very first competitive match many years ago. I think he was telling me last time he was in Germany, and yet he still never seems to stop blowing me away. I mean, just what an absurd headshot that was. Insta-kill from Forrest at the start of the last round. 13-6 now. NiP leading, and ooh, Freiberg's actually going to lose out there in the battle for sure. Now Smith's also coming up with the AWP shots here on Exist. Advantage for VeryGames. Need to push this one home. They're going to go aggressive here though, NiP. They're going to push forward and they're going to find one man top of mid. It's MBK and he does fantastically well. Double shot headshot on Forrest and Fifth Laren. And Get Right now, the rotator, has managed to get rid of him, but he's got 3 more Frenchmen to find. Well, actually 2 Frenchmen and a Belgian, but you know what I mean. This is VeryGames round. And that'll be 13-7, so weird, isn't it? When we looked at the first half, if you remember, it was 7-6 to NiP, right? And including the second half, they've taken 6 in a row. And now it looks a different game. But this round could be the start of something big for VeryGames. They now need to capitalise on it by winning the next, and the next, and the one after that. 13-7.
Yeah, VeryGames did do very well. Last time they faced NiP, bear in mind, they did a massive comeback there as well, so it's more than possible, but I don't know if the mentality is with them this time. Let's see if Forrest can do some damage with the AWP now. Oh, he tags up Smith there, taking him down to 19 HP through the double doors. The Flaren focusing down towards that B site, trying to get the nades and spam out just to hold back VeryGames from executing anything too easily. Now Forrest seems like he wants to join there. Maybe if Flaren heard a couple of footsteps and got a little bit of an inkling. too much happening yet, bar that initial tag. It's all slowed down a little bit now. Alright, gang. Very close to being tagged there at long. Does manage to stay at that full 100% health. And 55 seconds left on the board. VeryGames need to start making their move. So the vast majority of them are edging towards Sean. I think Freiburg's caught on to this. He's kind of keeping eyes on. Getright looks like he wants to go long. MBK shot his load a little bit too early there. Goes back for seconds, misses it then. But he will claim it on the third try. Takes out Getright. So that's the first frag at least working back for them. But now they need to make this one stick. They've got to make this A push happen. And Freiburg just on to it. He's literally steps away from existence. He's got the second. Gonna look for that third as well. Not gonna get that. Easily denied by Smith, or at least made it look easy. And now 3v2. But the A side is, at least for now, in the hands of the T side. Until maybe this man could have a say in the matter. 2v2, after one situation. He's connected the first onto Smith. Goes back round for the second. He knows he could still be on the...
Shots with the AWP, wins the round for his team and takes them to 14, 2 away from winning map 1. He's also moved on to 27 for 11 right now. Oh! Got nailed by Smith through the mid though, and that's AWP on AWP action. Won this time by VeryGames. Freiburg now going to fill his boots in the mid. No, he's not. He's going to pick up just the one. And NiP remain a man down. That grenade's, well, not going to do any damage in the end. Looked alright to start with. Ooh, hello, Fifth Lauren. Oh, panicked a little bit as he got away from that, but he did pick up the first kill. Now can he come back for the second one now? Not behind car, he can't. They're going to move away from this bomb site for certain now. They're going to try and go through mid and go back towards A. Exist is perfectly positioned. He's called it. He knows they're there. He gets the first one. Can he get the second? He can get the second. And last man standing is now MBK. He can go hard now. He does tag up Exist. But now in a 3v1, surely MBK can't win this. And he's not going to. Locked down by Getright. And NiP move to game point. Not match point, but game point.
A little check-in with that scoreboard, see right now how we're sitting for money as well, because obviously this is a big round for VeryGames. They've got to bring it all the way back through here. Forest 27 kills. I've got to say, Getright doing just as well though in his own little jobs, in his own role, picking up every kill he has to. 19-9. Scream and Smith once again still towards the top of the scoreboard, but Getright and Exist going quite aggressive on long this time, both dropping out those nades, and the money situation is not looking pretty for VeryGames. But MBK is trying to make the best of a bad situation. He does open up onto Exist. Freiburg finds a second onto Shocks though, so it's all even, but gotta look at those guns. That's a dire situation for VeryGames. See what they can do. NiP just have to lay in wait. Simple as that. They know it as well. 1 minute remains. And this could be the first map over already. Oh, Forrest in a great position. Catching Existence is short. And the second on Smith though. Yeah, he can. So now 2 more possible victims to add to the Forest bank right now as Freiburg wants to get into the action. Nice connection onto MBK. They're taking him down to 12 HP. Scream and MBK, the last 2 men standing away from NiP, getting this first map in the bag. And there we have it. Big game, big round for Forest. Just getting to that 30 kill marker. Get right onto the 20. And that is one way to really kick things off here for NiP on Dust 2.
Yes, indeed it is. NiP winning the opening game of the evening. Thanks for bearing with us. It's been a long night, of course. And,
you can't tell, can you?
You've been... I wasn't going to say a word. You've been treated to a masterclass of second half action from NiP. 16-7 winners of the opening map. But don't worry, we are going to be back very shortly with map number 2. VeryGames still in this one. Still have a chance of coming back and claiming their second weekly cup. Or will this be NiP's 4th out of 4 finals? We'll find out very shortly. Stay tuned. It was all too short-lived, the K-pop bubble.
I like Hyuna. She's good, man. Have you seen that dancing?
Hyuna.
Yeah, I don't speak
know. I can't remember.
Annyeonghaseyo. That's about all I got. But we did try and restart the stream, which you may notice. We restarted the game, so we've tried everything we can now. Other than that, bar the sound issues, we can't actually change anything at this point. So we've tried everything within our power to make sure this is as best of a viewing experience for you guys as possible. Now, we do appreciate everyone in chat trying to help out and letting everyone else know that obviously we can't change everything. I'm seeing what you're doing there. We're trying. They're trusting 2 casters, right, to actually produce a show and talk. It doesn't work very well. We can barely talk at the best of times, so...
I can barely produce at the best of times. Right, let's try this again.
We're trying. We will be going to the second map as soon as we can. We are just going to have to...
CSGO's crashed now, so... It's not crashed, it's kind of just not giving me the picture anymore.
You can look at a black screen if you want to, guys, or you can stare at us panicking
really
slightly.
Yeah.
When we restarted XSplit, nothing appeared, and I was like, well, I feel as though I'm going for the menopause about 30 years too early. Hot flushes were appearing. It was really unimpressive.
Yes, not nice at all, but let's
try
the
menopause is really not very pleasant indeed.
No.
No. You can see
Probably
you're going
not.
through yours.
Yes.
Middle-aged.
Still.
What can you do?
Okay.
Hopefully it's working.
Yeah,
and hopefully it's the map I think it's going to be, because if it is Inferno, I'm wanting VeryGames to come out fighting here. Because bear in mind, this was the map, shut up you, that they struggled on because of the internet connection issues that happened. So this could be their chance for a little bit of revenge towards NiP, who are already up 1 map at the moment. So we are just about to go live.
Okay,
so let's
good.
drop you in.
Yeah, let's get you into the game. Why does that keep doing that? I do need to unwind that or something. I don't know. I don't care. Anyway, hopefully that's given you
we can't see chat. Anyway, look,
Yeah,
guys, we can't see you guys, but hopefully this is better. If there's anything going wrong, we can't actually fix it.
That line there.
That it's just one statement.
So Pansy, it's your knife round.
No, don't make me panic like this. I don't want to panic. It's a 3v3. I don't do stuff. You're horrible. I hate casting with Red Eye. Hate him. Bring back Joe. Just call me Joe Miller. Please. No, I don't like this. Now Forrest is dead and everything's gone terribly wrong in the world.
It has,
Thanks for that.
Alright, so let's pop me back there for a second, and then what I can do is I can fix the other issue, which is there.
Lag. Yes! That's what I'm talking about.
Oh my goodness, right. Okay, good.
Okay.
Right.
Guys, this is what I'm talking about now. Obviously, you guys have been chilling out. We probably lost a couple of people because it was lagging. Get tweeting about this already. This is the second map. And bear in mind, this is the between these two at the Face It finals when VeryGames actually picked up a map before. And, you know, this was their chance to finally beat NiP, and they got kind of outgamed by Shox' atrocious connection. And I wish I could cast DT, but shush, Rob. I know you. Shush. Because we're going live into the game here. This is the second map in the grand finals. And VeryGames certainly have a point to prove now.
Wow, it's now and ever for them. They've won maps before against Ninjas in Pyjamas, but even those are rare trophies for them. Even rarer are trophy grand final wins against Ninjas in Pyjamas, because there are currently 0 of them. This would be a first for VeryGames. It would also be the first time NiP have ever lost a RaidCall EMS 1 Cup final. Been to 3 finals before in the weekly cups, won all 3. They currently sit at 1-0 in map wins in this game. Just 1 map from claiming yet another one. Obligatory bows for the chime.
You touch my tra-la-la.
Ding dong. A lot of damage done on the NiP side. Or to the NiP side, should I say. All is quiet on the Western Front as they wait nervously. Train rolling into the station. Ninjas in Pyjamas starting to make their way in towards this site. It is a B site. Stunning little headshot from Scream. Gets the first one. Can he get the second one? Forrest is actually going to reply back and spins round and takes out Smith and gets the shot onto Scream to pick up another one. They're dropping like flies inside the bomb site. It's now a 2v2 and Shox and Existence now have to rescue this one because that bomb is about to go down. But there is a man on site. Oh my goodness! Shox and Existence combine perfectly to take down the last two men, and the Ninjas are anything but stealthy in pistol rounds. They lose their 3rd out of 4 in the grand final.
Here we go, guys. This is going to be the game we are waiting for. And there's nothing we can do about the sound volume. This is what you're stuck with. As we said, we did everything we could, and now you just have to deal with us. I'm very sorry. But anyway, you don't need to listen to us. You don't need to look at the scoreboard right now, because VeryGames are a round up. And that round was the pistol round. That means, obviously, more guns, more money, more problems. And let's see if they can keep this one going. Build up that first good 3-round basis to kind of edge into this. Freiburg has got a little bit of a tag towards him. I like how I say Freiburg. I've been saying Freiburg recently.
Free as a bird.
Anyway, they did just test down mid then. Got a little bit knocked back. Flower received a hell of a lot of damage, down to 22 HP. Not be fully committing to this one. Oh, Scream does get the first though. This is a good start for them. MBK follows up onto Forest, but Get Right still there. Not with the Julies this time, with just a mere pistol. Smith's on to Exist. Good stuff coming out. NiP being dealt with. And more importantly, VeryGames keeping 4 members alive, denying a bomb plant, and playing it safely.
Yes. So, managing to convert a 2nd round. It's also been unusual recently. Early grenade doing the damage down mid. Obvious grenade is obvious. And now here comes the 5-man stumble down banana. It's not really a push just yet, they're just walking. Flash comes over the top of the roof. Into the bomb site they go. They've already been picked off by Scream with a double. He's going to get a 3rd. Hidden Shocks in the middle of that one. Forrest the only man to reply back. Does get a 2nd, but he's not going to get a 3rd here. He will be locked down by MBK. And that will be a conversion on the pistol round. They did lose a couple though. But VeryGames will be fine with that. 3-0. And Forrest again just wrecking the joint in the first 3.
He's the player you expect to be doing that, as he is considered the best statistically, you know, pistol round player. So doing what he must to keep this team kind of building up those funds early on. Not enough obviously for the early buy, but you know, a little bit of a fluffed up made there from Exist. Not ideal, but anyway, we are seeing the first gun round coming in from these two. VeryGames not exchanging out some of those phalanxes, still rolling with them. A very different start from NiP this time around. A little bit slower, a little bit more cautious. You can see why. 1 minute and 10 left on the board. The bells still ring as the flashes come out. Smith peers across, gets met by Forest of all people, but MBK's hot on his heels. He gets around there, gets 1, gets 2, not the 3rd though. Forest denies a little bit of a streak, and right now it's the Forest show again. 3v3. Get right through the apartments, can't actually penetrate the site. Existence will kind of ease that one off and actually keep this game, at least this round. As far as we'll claim that bomb, and he needs to find a way in here because the vast amount of VeryGames are looking quite good in this. Only losing minimum amounts of health. Now Freiburg around to join him.
Dummy flash over on the B site, it's just sent them the other way.
That could prove huge right now. If Scream over-rotates, that could be massive trouble. With 15 seconds remaining, this is going to be essential. The execution has to be perfect, and literally down to the second. Scream finding Freiburg. It's all on to Forrest. He can't do it. Scream comes in big when it matters. Did not overly rotate, and gave such an important round to VeryGames there.
Yeah, nice try, but no cigar. 4-0. VeryGames leading the way. Scream 8 for 2 from the first 4. And at the moment, Exist, Freiburg and Fifth Lauren yet to get off the mark. Not that they'll be worrying about that, that's for sure. But, on another eco, VeryGames looking very good again on the CT side. Inferno, we've seen them before. They do have an immaculate CT side. This should be a straightforward show round here. Oh, actually, Smith is going to pick up a 4 from that. Freiburg, the man that finally shuts him down. Yeah, well, he was sort of a sitting duck at the bottom of mid anyway. Eco. Time that NiP got back into the game here, you'd feel, if they're going to play a part in this particular map.
Yeah, and I did see someone asking in chat about who won last time these guys met up. Well, it was an extremely close game.
Hold on, because I've got some history. I'm just going to blow them away right now. The last time these two met, Ninjas in Pyjamas won. The time before that, Ninjas in Pyjamas won. The time before that, Ninjas in Pyjamas won. And the time before that, it was NiP that won that one. And the time before that, and that was also NiP. And the time before that was NiP.
So is that 100% win rate?
Yeah.
On this map, though,
Yeah.
are you sure?
Not on this map.
Ah, there we go. Can't trust his facts, he's no Bruno. Anyway, you'll see NiP already quite tagged up here. Get right down to 56, Freiburg down to 53. And the opening pick's not quite working in their favour. I'm going to hate the sound of that bell by the end of this, I can already tell it.
Yeah, we already talked about shock lag last time they played.
Yeah.
If you were chinned in properly earlier, you'd have heard that all burn.
That was our main point, that obviously Shocks did kind of have a bit of an issue. But anyway, let's find out if he's going to have an issue this time around. Scream is laying in wait. Gerai trying to do what he does best, get around the back of VeryGames. And Smith's already reading that 100% hands down. Takes him out there. Freiburg, though, has found Scream, so they have made their way towards that B site. But look, Shocks is still standing, not for long. Fiflaren finds him. And now Existence, Smiths, and MBK have to go pretty darn big. This should be the first round on the board for NiP, unless these three can find their way back in and pretty damn quickly. And that's made it very unlikely, as Forest will find Smiths, and surely Existence and MBK will be looking to save those guns. It's all a matter of exit kills now for these guys. And there we have it. NiP getting their first round on the board with a lovely bit of play towards that B site, locking out the two players who could not get even a kill into that one then.
Yeah, I wonder if that's going to give them a bit of confidence going for B every time.
Yeah.
Once you've got in once and you've figured it out. Always wonder whether they try to exploit that same thing again, but of course VeryGames have got a number of different ways of defending that B site. And they'll learn and change and adapt if they need to as well. At the moment, they've pushed 3 onto that B site, and they're all going to go down banana. That's a bit of a mistake, though, because they're going to fall to Freiburg. They know. Just the one. Before Existence replies back, and then auto-directed decides that we can't watch the rest of those shots. Ooh, Forrest just moving away at the right time as the bomb drops down in mid. Now, that's in a precarious place. They would have seen that as well. Rotating round, Existence here over at the other side. I actually want to go across to Shocks. As he will come face to face with Get Right any moment now, and indeed Get Right up on the ledge. He's also got a man to the right hand side and picks him off actually to the left. Shocks is down below him and Get Right does the double. 40 seconds remaining here, plenty of time. Safe plant for balcony done. Existence and Smiths. Forrest somehow picks off the head of Existence when really he had no right to win that back. Smiths now finishes him off with the triple in the round, and NiP win a second round in a row. This time, let's try the covered site.
Yep, showing they've got talent all around, but they are missing a certain someone at the moment. There might be a pause coming in. No, he's back in time, so all is well. All is good.
Did he just about rejoin, so...
Yeah, he should be up.
Yeah, money-wise, obviously, completely and utterly...
yeah, not looking good for him, but I think someone was able to drop
yeah, it was dropped, so it's fine.
Yeah, should be all fine now. These guys shouldn't feel too much of a loss, especially after those 2 rounds off the back. Freiburg, great shot onto Shocks there, just dominating down Banana so early on. Such a nice way for NiP to just get that early advantage, and he's done it time and time again. And now Gerai could be the one in trouble when MBK is making a push up towards the apartments. And, well, he is in trouble. MBK did get that kill. Now bringing it back all even. And kind of just eliminating the early progress that NiP made there with that little pick. And now VeryGames can sit back and try and play this one smart. And they're not sitting back. Smith went a little bit aggressive on Banana. Took out Freiburg. Now the last three are by apartments. They're not going to be getting the flashes and nades out. Is this going towards the balcony? NBK getting a little bit closer. Resistance has to receive two of NiP's finest now. He's got the first, takes down Exist, quickly Flaren kicks into gear, takes him out of there. Smith though, onto Flaren, back and forth, leaving only Forrest alive, and it's not enough. He cannot dig deep enough there. And that is VeryGames actually building a little bit of a lead now.
Yeah, 2 in a row from NiP after a 5-0 loss, now 6-2. So all going very nicely, thanks very much to VeryGames. And if it carries on with this sort of pattern, could be heading for 10-5 half, which would be very nice for VeryGames. I'm sure they would have settled for that if we'd said, hey, don't play the first half, just have a 10-5 lead. Pretty sure they'd have been happy. NiP, on the other hand, plenty of work to do here in this second map. Already one map up, having won the opening map of this grand final. As we said earlier on, VeryGames came close as they've ever come to beating NiP the other night. One map all, and then Shox had some issues with internet. Who knows, it might have been different, it might not have been different. It would certainly have been a lot better had he had good internet. Didn't have any problems this evening, thankfully. And Forrest trying to work his way around to quad, very difficult to get out of boiler. And decides he's going to get away from there, very sharpish. Meanwhile, bomb on Banana. That little train being led by Freiburg right now. There is an incendiary ready to be unleashed onto that area. It's going to go down there. It's a really well-placed one. It's going to split the team in half. They're only going to get 2 men in towards the bomb site. There's another one gone down now as well, although Freiburg is just out of reach from it. And Exist is also going to chime in with a frag here. Get right, though, shut down at CT Arch. Now, that's going to stop the problem that they would have had rotating back through Arch. So they're going to be able to do that now. But will they even bother here? 4v3. And bomb planted. I don't think... No, they're definitely not. You can see on the mini-map right now, all 3 of them are going to go and run and hide here. And NBK might just find himself a Forest facing the wrong way. Oh, that was poor by Nathan that time round. No, he's made up for it, though, with a nice headshot. And it's all about the exit kills now. But this will be 6-3. VeryGames still have the lead. No panic on their behalf.
Terrorists win.
And we are going to see a standoff at the end of that round. It's going to be a 3 left on both sides. So, 11 for 5 for Smith at the top of the scoreboard now. For VeryGames, Forrest, meanwhile, still top of the scoreboard for his team, but he hasn't got a kill in the last few rounds, I have to say. He was up on 6 after 3, remember.
Yep, so let's see if we're going to see a build-up from either of these sides. Because no team's really breaking away yet, I'd say, personally. I think it's all very much within reach of NiP still. Good couple of rounds back to back, they'll be back into this one. But then again, VeryGames can break away just as easily, so it's about build the momentum now that it matters. Forrest is looking towards the A side, they are stacking up towards those apartments. Exist now joining him by the exit. Not going to really go for that one. Forrest now going out towards the balcony. Nice shot coming from Existence there, denies him the easy way out. NBK joins in onto Exist, and now only for Flaren. Please, Geralt and Freiburg stand here, and we can still see Freiburg is the one down Banana. And you can tell Shox is aware that he's the one player who's going to be here the whole time, just hassling them if they go for the early rotate. After doing it, now Flaren's actually joined him with the bomb. They could be looking to make something count here, but there again, Shox and Co have not rotated at all, so great nade coming in too. VeryGames keeping them at arm's length here, working that scoreboard down. 37 seconds, bear in mind. Smith's now taking it into a firm advantage to VeryGames here, leaving only Freiburg and Flaren alive. 30 seconds and ticking. They've got to make their move. That is a fantastic Molotov, and that's enough work from Shox to do the damage. And 7-3 is starting to build that impressive scoreline.
Yeah, as I said a couple of rounds ago, I think when it was 6-2, I'm fairly confident this is headed towards a 10-5. Anything less than that would be a disappointment for VeryGames now. But they could even go a couple of rounds better than that if they can win them all. NiP, on the other hand, they know their CT side is strong too. And I'm pretty sure they'll be thinking, well, it doesn't really matter what the first half score is, we know we can do exactly what VeryGames can do when we switch over. But they won't want the gap to be too large. It's always leaving very little room for any error, and an error could be losing the pistol round again. They've lost all bar one of their last... Hang on, let me count this now. Last two matches, they lost both of them on the first two maps. They've only won one out of the last 5 that I've seen. Not good. And this round not going good either. 3 men already dropping very quickly, making that a 4th and a 5th. And that will be another round in the bag for VeryGames. 8-3 now, and consistent across the board, I have to say, in terms of frags. Disappointing so far from Ninjas in Pyjamas, though.
Yeah, they've lost a little bit of that execution and that push through. I'm not sure if it's NiP kind of getting a bit comfortable onto their CT half, or that, to be fair, I've got to say, VeryGames have just played this very well. I'm not going to say NiP are playing badly, but this seems as though this is one of the stronger maps for VeryGames. You know, and you can tell where the NiP are pushing, because Shocks, and I believe its existence, are generally around, you know, certain sites. Scream takes Freiburg down, and now it's once again down to the usual play from NiP, and actually VeryGames are reading it extremely well. So flashes are being made through. This is the first time I've really seen them making that push towards the CT arch. Fifth Laren edges through as well. Forest does receive a little bit of a shot, but nothing connecting. Oh, splitting through to that CT spawn. And go through library possibly.
They're not going to expect that either. Look at Shocks, he's completely oblivious to it.
Scream.
Ah.
Well, Scream kind of caught on to the idea, but dispatched him rather quickly. So bringing it back to a 4v4. And I don't know why VeryGames didn't expect this a little bit sooner, but Shocks is now in a little bit of trouble. He's got 2 players now edging towards him. He's got Exist in front of him. He's taking him out of there, but now there's still 1 more to go, and that's Forest, the beast of this game so far. NBK's in a great position, though, to come at Banana. And actually, he's a little bit alone as Flaren can get towards that side, and he has. So hopefully they can hold them off just long enough to get that bomb down. Flaren doing beautifully there, taking out Shocks. That was the most immediate threat. Now he's got 2 more lined up. Nice follow-up from Flaren, taking out NBK too, leaving Existence and Smiths the only 2 alive.
Bye.
The VeryGames boys. They've got to get out of there, indeed. No chance, I hope in hell. The work between Forest and Fifth Laren then was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, actually, key couple of headshots from Fifth Laren there. One just behind Ruins and then one to the side at top of Banana. Really stopped them in their tracks. So again, the rut stopped by Ninjas in Pyjamas. This will be 4 on the board.
Terrorists win.
And confirmed. 8-4 now. It's a little bit better. 3 rounds to go, and you know, this can go both ways now. I said this could be a 10-5 half for VeryGames. Thought it should be based on the play we've seen so far. It could be an 11-4 half, would be fantastic. It could still be an 8-7 half. And Ninjas in Pyjamas, that's exactly what they've got in mind right now. Incendiary in the hands of Existence again. They do like these now the prices come down a little bit. They've become a little bit more viable. Forest waiting. Bottom of mid. Right, trying to push Whitehall. He's also got a man up there with him as well, which is Exist. Meanwhile, Forest and Freiburg just in mid right now. Does look like it's going to be an A push. Bomb in Whitehall's, waiting. When's the go command going to be given? 55 seconds to go. Is it 50 or 40? And look at this, Forest in behind them as well. Add in. 2 are going to come from mid at the same time. Here go the flashes and the smokes. Over the top they go. Smokes into pit. Here comes the smoke pop. It's down. Existence is going to pick up the first one. He's going to get a second one, actually. Actually, he didn't get the first one at all. My mistake. Forest is going to come in. And now it's a 3v3. Flash into the middle from Smith. He's going to now rotate behind Quad onto the site here. This could be dangerous for them. And oh, dearie me. Smith did an awful lot of damage. But they did not get the bomb planted in the middle of that. It's not going to matter now, though. Bomb is planted. 3v1. Scream can do this, you know. All 3 of them very low on health. 19, 24 and 13. And all he's got to do is just run in and tickle them. But he doesn't know that, of course. And only picks up the single frag. And NiP reduced the gap to 8-5 now. And this really could be an 8-7 half after all.
Yeah, money could start being a slight issue for VeryGames, bar Existence and Smiths. But we'll have to see how that comes into play towards the later part of this, as we are going to be going to see these guys obviously buying their hell up and trying to challenge as best they can. We do see that FAMAS actually already in play from Shocks. NiP just taking their time. Two split down second mid. See an MBK actually push into the apartments. And, well, Exist finds him almost immediately. Smith now does the same. This time he does take down Exist and now bring it back all even to a 4v4. But Smith's down on 5 HP. I'm not sure if it was worth that early aggression, but maybe they felt as though it offset the timing enough to allow them to get back into this one. But, anyhow, we'll see. Flashes and smokes have been put down by NiP, and they are looking towards A. Two splitting around towards CT Arch, and I believe it's pretty... Who is that? Not sure who the other is, but right now, VeryGames not wanting to overly rotate. They know that there's still danger around.
I don't know. They might go CT Arch here, you know. Well,
they did it before, and I wouldn't blame them doing it again.
Freiburg was on bottom of Banana, and I thought maybe they go CT Arch. No, they're going to go A now.
Yep, let's see if they can pull this one off. Existence probably wondering where these guys have gone. He's certainly found out now. Freiburg finds him and takes him out. Smiths replies to Forrest, but Flaren breaking through towards the bomb site, bringing it to that 3v2. And Gerai just holding completely and utterly still, waiting for the shot to scream. Doesn't land it that easily, but will reposition to the library area. And I'm not sure if these guys are even going to look at this one.
That was enough to scare them away.
Indeed.
That'll be 8-6. And I think VeryGames will be disappointed now.
Yeah, I would be. After such a good start, and they really worked out what NiP were doing. They held them back. They locked down the CT Arch pushes. They locked down mid pushes. It's kind of fallen to the wayside now.
They're always a difficult team to play with, not least, of course, because they're 5 highly skilled members of the same team and they work as a team, but because their strategies are very random. They don't really run... They do run some standard strats, that would be wrong to say, but they're very unpredictable because they don't really do the same thing in every match or even the same thing round to round. And that obviously makes it very difficult for you to work out what they're going to do. Do you stack 3 one side? Do you put 1 in mid? Do you hold 2 at a site? Do you push a site? Do you be a more aggressive CT side? And every time you do something different, they react to it. They're a very reactive team. Ninjas in Pyjamas probably the most reactive. And Get right now, pushing a little bit. MBK should be able to get this one. No, he's going to get the first. Can't get Exist. Existence was already there, waiting for the kill too. So, this could still be 9-6. Flash is deployed very, very fast over the top in towards this B-bomb site. They've only got 1 man there though, which is Freiburg. Forrest is just going to make some noise here at the top of Banana to make them think that they haven't pushed yet. Could be a double fake. Bomb is now bottom of mid. It's going to rotate through Banana. Exist is second mid right now. So he's going to be the decoy. Wouldn't surprise me to see them wait here for Exist to make some noise at A in the hallway and then make the push. No, they're going to push in anyway very quickly and they're going to get caught here by Scream. Freiburg's actually going to have to deploy some smoke right now for some safety on the right-hand side. Shocks at the back of the... wow, they're just going to fall now, aren't they? Look at that. 3, 4, very quickly indeed. Good half is exchanged. Nicely done by VeryGames at the end. They will rescue the round. And with it, a 9-6 lead at the half. It's not really one way or the other. It's a CT map that's an 8-7 or a 9-6, so all good.
Yeah, but I worry that NiP are now on their more comfortable side. That's my fear for VeryGames. That this is going to be NiP getting comfy. We've seen how much damage we've done just from a small boost that the guys enjoy doing. That I'm worried because NiP are so strong on this, and I feel as though VeryGames have not shown their full potential yet. Last time I watched them on this very map, they put up an insane fight. They've done and got the lead here, but it's all down to this pistol for me. Yeah,
no, you're right, absolutely right. Pistols have been poor again from NiP, and they go through phases. I remember back in the summer, actually, we joked with Heaton and said, are you going to take them for some pistol practice? And he said, yeah, actually we are. And it worked because they improved massively over the summer. This time round, like, oh, Forrest, he's the demon on pistols. He's already got himself one. Scream should be able to fall here. Ooh, Forrest! Oh, well, that's brilliantly done. Managed to reload and spin round 180 and knocks off the head of Existence to claim another one. And now Scream is last man standing, and Ninjas in Pyjamas are going to make me eat my words about being awful at pistols. and they are going to put this one to bed fairly shortly. Last man standing as we scream. He's finished off by Forrest, who gets a 3-man in the pistol round. And when you've got him in your team, well, you don't need to be good at pistols because he usually comes up trumps anyway. 9-7.
Yeah, indeed. Maybe getting aced by Heaton in that 1.6 game kind of woke him up a little bit. And yeah, 9-7 is that scoreline. NiP now have the advantage, and by all accounts, this could be even in not too far away future. So we will be seeing Forrest getting a little bit edgy, trying to look down mid, but Flauren's the one to land a sensational shot onto screen. Now I barely saw him, but he definitely did. As now MBK made his way up second mid to try and challenge straight up, looking to get that evening kill. Flauren is down to 51. He's going to back away a touch. Now VeryGames in control through the apartments. Exist down for Flauren, find more though, leaving only Shocks and Existence alive. This is not looking pretty at all. They haven't managed to get a kill. If NiP can keep 5 alive. Wow. Oh, Forrest. At least he's having fun down mid. I don't think VeryGames are, and now Existence is the last man standing. He's pretty far away from most of the action, and well, don't see it going too well. So NiP do manage to keep every single team member alive. They deny a bomb plant, and well, perfectly played out round by them.
Yeah, so Forrest top of the scoreboard right now, 13 and 12. Fifth Lauren sucking as ever in second with 9-11. Freiburg, Get Right and Exist all have 7. That was sarcasm there, by the way. Smiths was 17 for 9 right now. And MBK just behind him on 14. 9-8 VeryGames in the lead, but NiP on the comeback trail. Fifth Lauren here, top mid. Oh, that grenade's... that's a peachy grenade. It's not going to do a huge amount of damage, and he's only got an MP7 in his hand right now. So I'm going to get caught reloading that one, but that's good enough to pin MBK to the back of Boiler Room. And another one to the frag total. For Fifth Lauren. So it gives them a 5v4. Exists just spamming through the... He did land a bit of damage, didn't he? He might have done. Yeah, he did. A little bit of damage. Smith, though, being very annoying at the bottom of mid. And Forrest does pick up the frag, but at a decent cost. 88 health, in fact, and 3 are going to go down here to Get Right. He's going to switch over to the pistols. Freiburg steals it away. And that'll be a straightforward eco bash for Ninjas in Pyjamas. It's 9-9. Ninjas in Pyjamas now just 7 away from claiming their second consecutive RaidCall EMS 1 Weekly Cup.
Yep, this is not looking good. VeryGames, pick it the hell up. You guys are so talented. You've almost been this team on this map only days ago. Remember what happened back then and pull it through once again now when it really matters. This is... And they need to start picking up these victories, working out the mistakes from last time. And hopefully do it right. So, 1 minute 24. Vast majority of the French side and the Belgian side as well. Looking down B. NiP not moving a muscle.
Strange split going on as well. They've got 1 top banana, 3 bottom mid, and 1 second mid right now. Still got options.
Yeah, most certainly. They haven't lost a player yet. They have all the weapons they need. All the flash and smoke still very much with them. They seem rather hesitant to make something happen here. Smith is still trying to tease around by B, but look at Exist in a great position to receive all 3 members of VeryGames who are trying to make their way around towards CT. Archie drops off there, but the damage has been dealt. You can see that, well, the T side are looking a little bit worse for wear as they're all a little bit tagged up. Bar Smith's on 94, who's pretty much sitting okay, but they have made their way through the CT spawn, and B now could be in trouble. And Existence holding the rotate, catching Fifth Lauren first. Oh my word, you should have caught Fifth Lauren.
Goodness. That's awful. It really is, Kevin, sorry. It's horrible.
Don't expect it at this level of games when things like that happen.
Oh.
And that's enough punishment, I think. That is certainly just gonna add a little insult to injury. And even when Fifth Lauren's laughing at you, you know you got a problem.
Oh dear. ...
Yeah.
Yeah, that was super bad, awkward. Anyway, let's move on swiftly from that. NiP now in the lead after 4 out of 4. We've got another round here for VeryGames to try and get something out of it, and they've got to stop this rot. They really have. Because now they're in all sorts of troubles. This is the second man falling. It is. Fifth Laren's having an absolute stormer on Inferno. Drops MBK. And it's a 5v3 already after 20 seconds of the round. Not even 20 seconds of the round. And NiP just 6 away from claiming another cup. This looks like it might just be 5 left after this one. Gotta change things up here. 2 men currently on Banana, and they've still left a spare man. It's Shox who's going to get caught out here by Forest in the back course. He's nowhere near the other 2 either. If he was the decoy, well, that's not worked either. They're running out of time, running out of players fast. 40 seconds remaining here. Good work from Smith though, top mid. He gets picked up by Exist. Existence now, last man standing, will get 1 but not the rest. And NiP now stretch their lead to 11-9, and this is spanning trouble for VeryGames.
Yeah, money-wise, you can tell a little bit of difference between these two, can't you? You look at NiP, they are rolling in money, whereas VeryGames scraping their pennies together to try and get back into this round here to hopefully take this one a little bit better than the last. Anyway, 4-2 split. And Forest going walkabouts already, getting a little bit aggressive. If Flaren peers up, might want to look towards second mid there, and he has. Takes out MBK again. This exchange from him is going so well. Smith's replies onto Exist. Forrester finding Scream. This is aggressive play from NiP is actually paying off right now for Flaren. Lovely bit of aiming. And everyone's saying, yeah, he has stepped up recently. We're certainly seeing it now. Shox and Existence, the only 2 alive in what could be such an important round for these guys, has been withered away by sheer aggression. Forrest misses for the first time, goes back for the second though. And, just tickled Existence. There we go. Freiburg will put him to bed, and that'll be NiP getting certainly into this one. And just stretching their legs now in the lead, 12-9.
Well, 17 on the board for Forest, 14 for Fifth Laren. Freiburg with 12, Get Right with 11, and Exist with 9. Smith 19, MBK 14, and Screams 13, Shox 11, and Existence on 9. But the big battle for me is the Fifth Laren MBK one, because Fifth Laren is absolutely dominating in the second half in that particular 1v1 matchup. They're coming face to face with each other many times. Fifth Laren is winning it. It's also enabled his team to take a 12-9 lead right now, 6 consecutive rounds on this CT side. We said before that team switched over. VeryGames were strong on the CT side, but NiP's CT Inferno is a sight to behold right now. We're going to get a boost inside the covered site for Forest. Fifth Laren leaves him to it. And I don't think that's going to come in that useful, actually. Oh, look at that. Smith's already heavily tagged. 21 health left. At the moment, well, I could be wrong, you know. It does look like they're going to push towards A. They've got 3 men top mid, 2 over at Banana. The 2 from Banana just starting to rotate back. And this time round, NiP have not been aggressive, and that's working for them as well. The reason they've been aggressive before is because they don't want VeryGames to settle and have any strategy. And that's really played havoc with VeryGames. But this time around, they've been more passive, and that's confused them. Here they come into the bomb site, and Forrest sitting above, hasn't actually got a kill yet. He's had to drop down right now, and then Shox actually picks up a stunning triple. Fantastic from him. It's now a 1 versus 2. Can he clutch the round here? Oh, he's in a lot of trouble right now. Did a little bit more damage to Freiburg, but not able to take the round on his own. But really, that's what they're looking for right now, VeryGames. A bit of magic from someone. Someone needs to step up, or NiP are claiming this week's RaidCall Cup.
I tend to agree with you there. Smiths is trying his heart out, but it's, as you said, it's not magical. It's just consistent. It's the same all over the board with them. They're playing okay, but you can't just play okay when you're playing on NiP. You've got to go that little step further.
Love these nades as well, by
double
the way.
Grenades are so
double
perfect.
Grenades down mid, double grenades down Banana, almost every single round.
For some reason, Auto Director had a little bit of a spaz then, so I'm going to chuck that back on. Don't know what happened. But it is a 4v4, and VeryGames are looking towards A this time, but they have got the opening kill towards this site. against a rather pivotal player. Forest is now down. They know there should, in theory, only be 2 here until they rotate.
Yeah, there is a
instantly.
rotation already from Get Right, who's come back through library.
But then again, VeryGames are also going down banana, so they're trying to work this out, trying to make it happen. They will just be finding Freiburg at B if they do just get here in time. But then again, look, Get Right straight away back over there. It's so fluid between these guys. They're so comfortable at it. They're so good at it. And Shock's now trying to make the most of it while he can. A little bit flashed up. Here comes Get Right. He's there in just the nick of time. Takes out Smiths. Freiburg denies Shock's entrance. Oh, lovely follow-up onto Scream. And now Existence is just left drowning on his own. And 14-9. And is that a pause?
Could well be.
But my lord, NiP, when they start building up, they don't stop.
No, and you know, second half, it's currently 8-0 in rounds. So just shows you how dominant their CT half is. And VeryGames have been, well, all at sea. They've had no answers to anything that NiP have thrown at them. And that's the interesting thing here. The key is, NiP are the CT side. They don't have to throw anything at them. They can wait, they can sit back, they can do whatever they want. But they are forcing the issue from VeryGames almost every single round. They've played one very passive round, which nearly spelled disaster for them. But other than that, they've been very, very aggressive, and that's not allowing VeryGames to settle. They just don't want to play that game. They want to be able to be calm. We'll decide where we're going ourselves. We'll figure it out. But they're losing so much health at the start through double grenades down mid or banana that they're getting hurt no matter what they do in terms of rushing. They'd almost be better saying, do you know what, guys, let's just chill in spawn for 30 seconds, let them run around like headless chickens, and then we'll go and do our stuff. I'm not suggesting that's a valid strat,
Please
by the
don't
way.
do that. It'll turn into another type of game that I cast, and I'll be very, very sad.
Indeed.
I like fast-paced games.
So, in the middle of a pause right now. I've never noticed, actually, that those fish don't swim nearly as well as they used to.
I've been there a while.
What do fish make sounds like?
I didn't hear it in the song, sadly.
Right. Anyway, good. Back to the game. 14-9. 2 away from victory in the game. And guys, can we lose the 9/11 stuff, please, from the chat? If you can't be respectful, don't bother speaking at all. There's no need for that. Seriously, you start really irritating me with the whole Americans deserve 9/11 rubbish that you keep spouting, so please shut the hell up about it. Back to the game. NiP down by 2 men very early on in this game. Now have to defend with all their worth. Well, that's a free kill for Shocks right there. Get Right moving through the smoke, thought he was safe and he wasn't. VeryGames get a bomb planted. And this will be a save from Forest and Freiburg. They will literally try and hold on to these weapons. Although Freiburg getting a bit feisty. Just over towards the covered side. Look at this. A little bit leery. Checking. Is he going to try and ninja this? That would be nuts if he tried to get in now. Well, he's going to go for it anyway. I mean, he's got plenty of cash, so it's not like he's, you know, short of a few bobs, so that's fine. Did pick off one, make it a little bit more expensive. Forest is going to live to see another day. And NiP having to pause from that one. I think that was Exist dropping again. Yeah, it was, unfortunately. So, back all square again. So Exist having dropped from that round. I don't want to take it away from VeryGames, but they were aided somewhat by having a man that had dropped. But took full use of it as well. There's the grenades again down mid and down banana. Nope, you see the 2 blue lines that landed at the bottom of mid. This time they were a bit wiser to it though and only lost a smattering of health.
So, very important round for VeryGames. This can keep them with a chance to give them a little bit of hope of actually winning this one. And well, it's a glimmer of hope more than anything, but they still do it. A little lighter bike out. Existence only with the, well, Galil there. Smith running with the AWP. As I said, already got McLaren down. Guys, do let me know what you think your ending scoreline will be right now. I Very curious as to what you guys are seeing from this as well, because so far it looks like NiP are working themselves back in here. 4v4 now. VeryGames need to take the reins into this round and actually start working towards one of the sites, rather than just being the passive member. They are kind of edging towards B, but bear in mind, Get Right is floating in between. He's still keeping eyes on everywhere he can. They are lining up by that B site. Forrest kind of went onto the idea. Here we go. Flashes, smokes are put down. They are pushing towards the site. Smith's close range AWP shot takes down Freiberg. Now Get Right having to work his way back in here. Takes out Smith. Looks for more. Here comes the rest of NiP, and well, VeryGames are holding on to this one. 3v2. Forrest edging in a little bit closer. Again, that's Spray down. And now lined up with Get Right beside him. Oh, going for the spray. No connections this time. Now Get Right and Forrest. Not sure how they're going to play this one out. I don't think there's a way back in here.
Well, that was weird. It was like, get out of the way, I want to have a go at them.
Yeah, and Get Right having none of it. I do believe he's going to just try and wait this one out. He'll allow VeryGames a chance here. But still, it is on a knife's edge and definitely in favour to NiP. So 11 to 14. But still, money-wise, it's a long road back up here for VeryGames. They've finally got a little bit of cash being able to play, to be able to be played with.
Yeah.
But then you look at NiP,
they've been good counter-terrorists, and they've been rewarded by the local mayor of Inferno with plenty of cash to buy weaponry. And it'll be a couple more rounds before they're in any financial dire straits. They remain brothers in arms. Ninjas in Pyjamas. Just 2 rounds to get now to claim their second cup in a row, and they would be the first team to ever do that. 2 cups in a row in the RaidCall EMS 1. No team has actually won more than 1 cup in 1 season either. Would also be a first. VeryGames won a cup in season 1, didn't manage to win one last season, and yet then went on to win the entire thing. That's just how it goes sometimes. Cloud starting things off nicely again, winning the battle with MBK. That battle has been improved fortunes in the second half. MBK already disposed of course, and existence down to 12, so a bit of a struggle here. Now, what are they going to go for here? 2 men pushing towards CT Arch. We pop away from that. That grenade was really nicely placed from Forrest. And Exist will pick up the first one on screen. Smith replies back. Forrest still waiting. 4v3. 2 very damaged. 23 seconds remaining. Got to go for a site here. It has to be A. They have to push now, or it's never. Get Right dropping Smith. Shock. 2 men remaining. Now 1. Shock's last man standing. Disposed of by Forrest. And Ninjas in Pyjamas. Championship points for the evening. And you wouldn't bet against them.
No. They're not a team that likes to mess around. When they get to that point, they do generally like to get it in the bag. And bear in mind, this is not just for pride. There's also money on the line and points towards the offline finals that they're not too far away. But, we'll see if they can get some more points being racked up here. See what's going on. Seems like VeryGames going, well, massively towards A. They've been on the brunt of a huge grenade coming through. MBK, Smiths, and Shocks already damaged up. This could be trouble. They need this round as well. It all comes down to this. Freiberg holding firm. But all the action towards the other side right now. It is Forrest and Get Right giving a bit of a show here. Is now Fiflaren, Freiberg and Exist looking to find the last. Smith still coming up big, but it exists to take out the last. And what can you do with Auto Director? It can't even keep up with NiP.
No, well, it can't, and neither could we. So
no. Spamming keys, and it went to no use.
Literally just banging the keys trying to get there. Yeah. So congratulations to NiP. Ninjas in Pyjamas become the first team ever in RaidCall EMS1 history to win 2 back-to-back cups. They also become the first team to win 2 in a season, and we've only played 2. Is this a sign of things to come? Are they going to dominate the entire season and take Season 3 like they did in Season 1? Or can VeryGames and the other guys step up? We're going to find out over the next couple of weeks. For now, though, that's it this evening. Thanks for bearing with us while we had the issues with Steam for Shocks and obviously the sound issues and FPS issues and what have you. Hope you enjoyed the games nevertheless. And we will see you next week for more action from the RaidCall EMS1 Season 3 it is, of our yearly challenge. $156,000 up for grabs just for Counter-Strike Go. And of course, LAN finals still to come at the end of Season 3. Thanks for joining us this evening. For myself and Pansy, thanks very much and good night.
Bye.